coordinating attack by the White Army and the SPLA-IO. Now the government is there, and they have seen it for themselves. Because I saw this morning the chief of general staff of SPDF, Paul Nang Majok, was airlifted there, and he landed in that area, and he saw it for himself. He saw it for himself. And this is a good sign. A good sign for them, so that they cannot go back now to Juba and sit idly or just to enjoy, forgetting about the soldiers they have taken to the borders of South Sudan. These people must be taken care of. And also the government must not just stop from there. We have heard from several people that this White Army are friends with Ethiopia because they're gun at the border. They should not just be left alone like that. The government must go to those camps or whatever if they want to compel, even inside Ethiopia. The government must employ national security that can track them down. Because all of them must be brought to book. Otherwise, the same group will, in a year from now or 2 years from now, will repeat the same thing. And we cannot stay in this kind of behavior every year. The government must take care of this. This is a criminal act that needs the Constitution of South Sudan to be involved. So all the White Army who have run to Ethiopia, they must be followed, and they must be arrested, and they must be brought back to South Sudan. This is the only way that it will send a deterrent to this group that always organize themselves and terrorize their neighbors and the government of South Sudan. Enough is enough. You know, I will not generalize the entire West because we have seen for the past month certain group from where, you know, have ceased from getting involved in this kind of criminal activity. And they have left it to the people of Nasir, Ulan, and Dom, whatever they call it, Doma. You know. So if that is how it is going to be, then it is good. Now the government can have what to do with them, and they can design a program that will make sure this kind of incident doesn't happen again. And also the government must disarm them, and must disarm if there are still remnants of the SPLA-IO in that part of the area. They must be disarmed. And the good thing earlier, I heard that there is a plan for the SSPDF to go to Tunja. This must happen. They must go to Tunja and rescue this innocent solo in the hands of this brutal group. Very mean gangs that have organized themselves against their own people. Yajamana, we did not fight for this country in order for us to come and license certain individuals, a license to kill and to terrorize and to do whatever they want, and the government doesn't ask them any questions. This must stop. It must stop, and the government must do what is necessary to protect each and every citizen in this country. Even people of Nasir. If there are innocent people in Nasir and Wulang, they must be called back to their houses, and the government must protect them. They are still our citizens. But if there is criminal among them, then the government must deal with them. Period. And also, the government must go after these liars. These liars who are terrorizing us on the social media. People like David Biel, people like Al Jamal Adin, whatever, Safir, Rol Matiagadeg, Nas Gaibon, Nas Deng Song Whoop. These terrorist groups of the White Army on the social media and the diaspora, the government must also go after them. Because these are the people who are motivating them through lies that will not benefit them. So it is a work of the government to stop them. Because at the end of the day, the people people that are being mobilized through life by this group are citizens of South Sudan. So therefore, the government has every right to step in and protect us from this group. Our government must do what is necessary to protect each and every person in South Sudan. Whether they deliver services to them or not, still their life is very important. Because people like the SPL who are threatening, like the way he was speaking this morning in one of the Maban rooms, it is way out of line. For an older person who does not even have his children in that kind of war, that is sending other people's children to fight in it, to be lying and to be sending threats that just let them come in. Let them come to Nasir. Let them come to Wulang and Tuma, and we will seal them in and we will kill all of them. If you did have this kind of power, then why did you run at the first place? Right? And yesterday they were talking about, oh, we withdraw, it was the tactical withdrawal. Tactical withdrawal, the government is there and waiting for you. And you, David Biel, if you need a ticket to fly to Ethiopia, then because you cannot go to Juba. If you go to Juba or anywhere in South Sudan, we will cut your head immediately. But it doesn't mean of transportation that you want to use to go to Nasir and Wulang, so you could go and join the SPLA-IO that are terrorizing people with their white army. Please, I think there's a way we could take you there. Since the government doesn't want to track you down, and you are one of the people who propagate all these things, you and Matthew and Ian Matthew, plus others that you have mobilized behind you. Ya Jamana, you, the government of South Sudan, we keep telling you people on this social media, you know, the reason why we are so concerned, especially us that speak day and night, is because we don't want this country to disintegrate because of one group, and not even the entire group, because of certain individuals among this group who doesn't want to see a relevant peace in this country. This is the reason why we come and we face them. Because this country, we know how we got it. We know how long it took us to move and sign peace with the North. We know how many people it has taken. And if you, those who are enjoying it in Juba, if you have forgotten the people that we lost for this country, then please, you allow those who will know what to do with this country to go in. Because you cannot be sitting in that state enjoying the resources of this country without protecting it. Even if you, this government, don't even want people, don't you want the land that you are benefiting from it, that you are getting these resources, don't you want it? That was the move that the people of Nasir and Wulang were trying to do. They were trying to take this land and annex it to Ethiopia. The same group, this small group within that area, they are trying to create countries within inside South Sudan. And if some of you have never saw the map of South Sudan and where live, I think Miyako mentioned some part of it earlier. Where are in the middle of us Dinka, we have surrounded them. And I've said it before, what if the Nuer were the one that surrounded us Dinka? What do you think would have happened to us? I believe Nuer could have made a genocide against certain tribes in this country. So you, the government, see now you have woken up and you have seen it with your own eyes. You don't need this thing again. Make sure you take care of it. And also there's a fire and smoke that we see coming from this place called Torit. You know, this is the Tuko of John Wachang and CPI and Khairul Gadin head up to social media. We know what they are preaching and what they want. You, the government, also need to look into it earlier before it devolves into what we have seen in Africa. Because because this is what they're working on. And this is what John Wuchang wants. And John Wuchang has preached for James to be targeted on the road in entire Equatoria. And it had happened. We have lost insurgents in the hands of people of John Wuchang. Why? Because you, the government, doesn't pay attention to these people on social media. And those radicals within Juba, you don't pay attention to them. So why did you even people form this thing called NSS, National Security? Why? This is their what? Because once they see the danger that they have to target that danger before it evolves. Now of national security, period. You know, when I saw this video again today, I get upset and my blood pressure went up. And especially when I saw them, they have been burned down the headquarters of the military of South Sudan. We bought them with the resources of South Sudan. We paid for it. Now they become trash, including those who are using them to protect the border of this country. Ya Jamana, we need to speak the truth. And to conclude, so I could make it short, I think I've talked for long. There was a question my uncle was asking quite early. I will answer what I know, Yako. You know the reason why we James don't dwell or don't keep grudges for what have been done to us in our heart in this country called South Sudan by other tribes, it is because, and I've said it before, we James, we are the custodians of this country called South Sudan. If we will start to act like this group, then there will be no South Sudan. This South Sudan will disintegrate, or there will be no South Sudan. Because first of all, the resources that we have in this country, there are people who do not like us to have them, including the countries that we separated from, let alone our neighbors. So, and this is what some want to see happening in South Sudan. But to people like this group called White Army, this terrorist group, with the SPLA-IO, they don't understand. Because this country called South Sudan, it is not in their hands. That's why you see them terrorizing the Cholo, the Anyuak, and then the other minorities fight within, close to them, and they are terrorizing each and every one of their neighbors. Because this is what they want. That's why they cannot stop cattle raiding. And they know when you come to raid other person's cattle, death will be there. But do they care? They don't. So the government must take up a role in order to protect each and every citizen and all the borders, including the internal borders of South Sudan. Internal borders, that border where government needs to put police or soldiers in those areas. Because we don't want this kind of intercommunal conflict and cattle raiding and all these things to be repeating itself each year and every day. We don't want it. It has to stop. And this is where I will end. Thank you, Joseph.
Yeah, thank you so much, Travi. OJ.
Yeah, Joseph, let everybody know that the room is on the live on YouTube and Facebook.
Oh, okay. Everybody, yeah, you guys heard that it's live. OJ, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, welcome. Go ahead.
Yeah, I've been waiting for a long time, Brother Joseph. Thank you for giving me the opportunity now, and I thank all the people who are in the room. Actually, when I came up, around the time when Honorable was talking, so he touched on the issue of the Nueri, creating their own nut. He laughed it off. He underestimated it, and that did not sit well, with me. I wish he's here so I can give him, some information before I even ask him a question. So he's saying he's no longer in the room. I think there is no need, to talk. So I would yield the mic back to you so you can relay it, to the next one in line. So thank you.
So, OJ, do you have anything to say regarding about the current video that released today?
Come again.
Do you have anything to say about the video? Did you watch the video that was released today? So was Captain Nasser?
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. I guess I saw a lot of people online, and we've been talking about this issue. Yeah, I have seen the video, and of course, it is very barbaric, act of the very same this group, White Army of Wales, that we talk about all the time. And I heard some people talking about generalization. Generalization is necessary if you live in this world. In numbers, you can round to the nearest 5 or nearest 10, nearest 100. There is something called majority over there. How do majority come into being? It is the generalization and minority. That's how you determine things. You talk about the crime and child abduction, you not be hesitated, to mention the name of Murle. It is out there and it's a fact. You call that a generalization. That is up to you. Brother Miracle here too is always generalized. He doesn't like generalization, but sometimes he also generalizes unknowingly because sometimes he be throwing the statement, even in the middle of the upright. The one time he said the Nuer hasn't given in Sudan, isn't it? That generalization, so that is wrong and wrong. So the problem of the Nuer, for example, for me, I've been consistent. I don't differentiate between the White Army and the Nuer as general. The same thing, with the Cobra, those of Murle, who've been killing people atrocity in the name of marginalized, in the state of Jongle. When the administrative area was created for the well-being of all Murle, you know. So the same thing, that would have been my message to the Honorable Duwar, because this is a creation of our own not. First of all, it is a treason, it should not be laughed off. Imagine if someone, a long time ago said, in the middle of Khartoum and tell the Arabs, and someday, or when we will become independent in the Republic of South Sudan, because we didn't have any ammunition, we didn't have what they said, that the Jalaba would have been lapped up, or not. The same thing today, when the Rolnat issue came up, the honorable member Duwar lapped it up, underestimate, the existential threat, to the people of South Sudan. Because the Nuer, some people call them a fool, they're not fools. There is no way they had end up in Ethiopia by killing those who are on the way to acquire Ethiopian citizenship. Because this dream of them, who is on the way? Because the Yuag are the soft target. They wanted to finish the Yuag. Of course, this land expansion of the Nuer, lion's share of it, at the expense of the Anyua, until they killed the Anyua and raid the Anyua out. Who is next? Mavan is there, the Chuluk is there, and when they finish, with all of us, the next target is the Denga and the country as whole of South Sudan. So this issue of roll nut, when the issue of when the government dispatched the general to go and rotate the military in Nasir, why did the Nuer hesitate? Why were they reluctant? In their mind, there is something called like if they're not part of the government of South Sudan. They don't see themselves belonging, So they're hesitant, to accept, the SSPDF. What does that mean? It could be the long goal, of this role now. And underestimation, of the White Army, like the Honorable Duwar, it is what a negligence of
John Martin,
side of the government is what caused
John
the life
Martin,
of General Major.
you guys are believing
So this
denial.
threat of
Okay.
the White Army
So this
is
video
very
was
real.
taken yesterday
And they're fighting for
when
the land.
SSPDF entered
Some
Nasser.
people, they would audacity to say, don't
So
generalize the Nuer, don't generalize the Nuer. The leader of the Nuer,
the thing that you see in the video here, this happened when the White Army attacked SSPDF in Nasser.
That is the position of the Nuer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So stop for denying the facts right here. Okay.
I'll get back to you guys.
Yeah, thank you, OJ. Young Nation, welcome. Sorry for waiting.
Yeah, that is okay. Thank you very much, moderators, uh, Madid, yourself, and Matiamanu, and Amigo, and those who are on the stage who have contributed already. Let me greet your audience for their presence. Uh, Anna, I want to say good morning to those who are in Australia. In fact, it's a beautiful morning. The sun is out, the sky is blue, and yeah.
They are not.
And
They are not. They are the joke on colors.
So, Anna, I want to go straight to this discussion with Akunda. Taban, I've been listening and I'm at work in the break show. But yeah, since I opened Clubhouse this morning, I came to this room straight away and I've been listening. And this is what we should be doing. We should talk more, especially those who are condemning the terroristic acts in South Sudan. We must talk more so that we blanket the voices of the radical opposition, especially those who are supporting acts of terrorism in South Sudan. And some of them are with us here in diaspora and are active with us on social media. We know them, members and supporters of Real SPLA, for example. Al Arasul, Nasir Cheka, supporting for the terrorism. Anybody who supports White Army in Sudan, Zolde is a terrorist person. Supporters or members that are NAS. NAS or Real SPLM are part of this. NAS, Real SPLM or IO. These entities are doing the same thing with the White Army. And we have heard them talking here, right? Paganamo, you have heard them talking, isn't it? Paganamo went to the extent of congratulating and giving good messages to the White Army, whatever they are doing. And he even exposed the real hypocrisy with a real SPLM and who are fake SPLM. Because nothing is real. This even shows the level of the amateur in politics. In politics, there is nothing called real, proper, mainstream, or mother. At the real nothing. These are still children in politics. Lo fi haja authentic SPLM they have proper SPLM or mainstream. Okay, so what I'm saying is this. Nas members with our Nas, they're eager to check, for example. So the shah bitoda jam zakul yom ze mudir bita madrasa khalwa. Mushi was condemning, for example, condemning foreign interference or intervention in South Sudan. Zol bitoda listen propaganda. The leader becomes Zaim becomes that. Mushu gal bekashumo, he had acquired Arabat weapons or whatever from a neighboring country. After you know, that's additional. The interference or no interference in the affairs of South Sudan. Waham become either Germany condemning foreign interference after this issue. As well be talking about propaganda. He has even exposed and betrayed you, the so-called mouthpiece I was waiting for him to come out to condemn that foreign interference that his boss was talking about. Kalamde, what I want to say is this, there is no doubt that Real SPLM, UNAS, IO, White Army are doing the same thing. Leader Bitanas, what did he say? Mushgalekum publicly, congratulating and supporting what he referred to as Shabab Bitana Bitanwer, tribalistic manager. Now they are identified as a Gabila. Generalization will not become, and I'm coming to it. Mushugal Shabab Bitana Bitanwer, what they have done, because we have listened to their voices. Anna, my suggestion and my opinion, and we will try our connections to pressurize South Sudan government to at least adopt what we are saying here, especially those who have faith in the government. That NAS, real SPLA, rule them out. Possibility of diplomacy with them, take it out. Anybody who is attached to terrorism, there is no room for negotiation. Armed forces, wherever, let them do it. And we'll see what they will win. Because for the African Sudan is no more. Nobody's going to entertain for the African Sudan. The coming of Bolmel, I'm very happy. Since Bolmel featured in the politics of African Sudan as vice president, things have changed. Have you seen changes there? Who have not seen that? When Bolmel was
young nation,
thank you. We need more. Yes, thank you. By the time he became president, Peter Shufu, I think, Mafi, Lafaudoran kind of nonsense that happened to Mafi. The young person is the product of the Red Army. Product of the Red Army. Bolmel, the way we think here is the way he thinks. Any terrorist organization, Fijun of Sudan, anybody who has chosen violence must be given more violence in Sudan. 2025, by December or November of this year, it will be the Shufu. For the Kulu will decline. There is no room. 80% of South Sudan army must be stationed in Upper Nile. I repeat again, 80%. Shufu Kalam there, 80%. Shukta 10% in Barakazan, 10% Kalani, Fi Equatoria. 80%. Lion's share of that 80%. Manatik that mean mayom. Lahadi Akobo, Nasir. Itu garita la washu. Garita la washu. You know that? Finance, there are people who will kneel down and beg for peace. You know that? Finance, they will kneel down. If you were to go with Musadat, the Karatin, with the custom long kid, Bugulana der Manga. I repeat again, Timshilom the Atla, Bugulala, Madasila, and der Manga was going.
وبلا وطانية وما لقى في جيب.
كل أي حاجة حلو بس لكن أجل يعني الفي ساوند الفي gun powder بقول لا أنا ما دار الكلام ده. Government of South Sudan must be infiltrated by radical or conservative youth. ناس العمل من زمان حرب. Holding the nation and the movement hostage. الكلام ده يستيبان شو 200 ناس الجنوبيين. Threatening people. These so-called fake movements must be allowed to die a natural death. With a Gulena, Nairobi, or Addis Ababa. No, Salva Kiir has done his job. Diplomacy, there is no compromise. That is why nobody is there to believe cover it up. What is dealing with them as whiskey, unas nyamachoma, unas KFC, the shupuzol. Most of them that if you look at these leaders, after video Shupu, compare when he was in Juba, now isolated his roof, I think the Shupu was whiskey, then Malian for us deep. Rather the Shupu rather there a starship was because there's roof. They must be isolated. They must be allowed to wrestle with wisdom. With whiskey. It's the siyasa Zaman with a round table, with social contract, that is gone. You support terrorism in South Sudan, you must be done with. Izaja jamul kuliyom nas pagana mo munazuya ya jamu munazmunu gas they're popular. What made them popular is known. Let them be popular now. Let us see them being popular. Popularity them came from somewhere. To get it allowed. They were made to be popular. Let them be popular now. Let us either the William that one Anazatu, I'm sick and tired of Pagan has chosen a peaceful path. Let him militarize his movement. Anazatu good commander. Makusha Takalasi has formed military wing. Go. Khalid good commander. علينا هنا كده في جنوب السودان هنا لو ما بيعملوا اوبشري بتاعته انتوا قاعدين تلعبوا شنو؟ اي زول خشم قوي في السوشيال ميديا ما بيدلوا تلقى زول people parading themselves with their nationalism وده قبلين ذاته tribalism يا جنوبيين انا بقول لكم كل يوم اي زول اللي بيشوفوا حكومه بتاع جنوب السودان from a tribal lens or SSPDF from ethnic perspective زول ده is a tribalist tribalizing ministerial positions to SSPDF or cool organized forces. And now we are going to open a para room and to read out again the commanders with the SPLA and SPLA. احنا بنقول كل يوم domination بتاع دينكا ده حاجه جديد لكم ما نازل كان في خرطوم يا اكل معلش ناس بتاع قرقوش بتاع ما كان في خرطوم هنا في خرطوم ده منو كان dominant مش قاعدين تقولوا في ناس جعالين ما ناس دينكا ده كان قاعد هناك زمان بوزيشن بتاع ديبيتي ناس كان هناك انتوا كان قاعدين تعملوا ازاي؟
عندك استاذ عندك جنرال ngare changade da warabe tumuno da police George Kongoraro and then came Moses Machar then came Garang Mabur and then our high up the Abalalier yalla ba kida George Kongoraro Moses Machar and ba ke John Garang and some Kir Mayad in the end they can't kalam the KPN they jab the KPN
Titane the list has actually two deputies here Runupolo Fialdo Joe
Aldo Ajo, Uncle Aldo Ajo, Uncle Aldo Ajo, Winda Runabod, Winda Gordon Motat, with Dictor, and what after than Haraka Chabia, Dictor, another
Dictor Anyuat?
Yes.
Kalam de ya miyakon, dari gurulo besu na ukwezi na gabelin de, weekend for Khartoum na, le ma fizo gampo radical de radical bita Equatorian bita Stolo bita Nasir. How come they don't talk?
Young nation, as you know, كله من قاعدين برا ده، إن إحنا الناس جايين من خرطوم ده كله. ليه مارتن ملوال عروب بيت بتاعه أكثر ناس الجو برا الزول اللي كان بيطلعوا من جنوب من السودان ناس إكواتوريا. طبعا ناس إكواتوريا كان عندهم قروش شغالين في منظمات. بيت بتاع مارتن ملوال عروب في واحد اسمه جون سي انا ما اعرف وين جوزي مدينه جون سي نوران جيت في بيت مارتن ملوارو في شهر 47 ناس إكواتوريا كل جوازات بتاعتهم عشان يجوا امريكا ويجوا مصر ده مارتن ملوارو بديم فيزا ليت مارتن ملوارو ويلكم
شكرا ثانك يو فيري ماتش انا ده نقول شنو يا جنوبيين اي زول اللي بونس عن دومينيشن بتاع دينكا زول اللي ولدوه مبارك انت لو في خرطوم في government control areas domination ما كان واضح هناك the only place that Denka were not dominant in militia activities to destroy SPLM or to destabilize South Sudan هم كان هناك سياسة عديدة they were playing pure politics هم كان تابور خامس ذات بتاعت الحكومة خرطوم منو بقى ناس بلالير وناس موسى وناس وناس جوز كامبورا كل ناس are you trying to tell me هم كان ما له connection مع ناس قرم They were not playing destructive politics left and Islam reactor.
Young nation, زول بتاع ده صوت الشيطان ده ولا صوت الشعب ده قال شنو؟ قال لما ضربوه في عينه ضربوه في اذانه بقى ما قاعد يسوى بس نظارات ده اليوم ده كان في شارع واحد في عمارات يلا كان طلعوا مظاهرات قال زول اتكلم مع جون جرنج من الخرطوم ده كان بلالير دايركتلي بالتليفون عشان هم يفكوهم ده من الحكومه ده الخرطوم ده بلالير
شكرا يا اخو انا فعلا اقول كده especially
hey Jacob, I still calling him so Shaitan. I thought that you guys have in peace.
انا ده اقول لكم شنو especially Denka this message is going to you so listen everybody check that only people who don't read between the lines think that is a nationalist زول ده خطر اي زول اللي بونس عن Denka اي زول بونس عن Denka about government of South Sudan or SSPDF zone is enemy bitakum kadenka that because that person is trying to generate reaction from other ethnic groups towards you. Itu ganta fam kala wama ganta fam. Ayi zone and one than anybody who says government of South Sudan is tribalist and very France with the denka. that person زول زي ده لازم يكون في zero tolerance respect towards such a person. اسمعوا كلام ده كويس. احنا ناس young nation ده we just see them we see them بس فيديوهات بتوعها ورومات بتوعها. What we do 5 minutes does not go without hearing anything that contradict him. قبليه كلام اي زول اللي بيقولوا سلفا كير ده سلطان بتاع دينكا والنتيجه بيقول كلام ده. Is that an insult to Denka or not? I don't know if Salva Kiir is a Sultan bit and Agar. And I'm from Agar. Where I come from, family that I come from, the family bit a paramount chief or executive chief. I've never had Salva Kiir being a paramount chief from the family that I came from. ما حاجة زي ده. وفي زول واحد بقول في social media to fool people.
It's not even our
كلام ده it's a serious disrespect.
He's not even our family keeping we're up to. No,
Exactly.
no, where he came from.
Brother
Exactly.
Young, ويا young nation أنا ودي العمدة بتاع بانتيو أبوي كان عمدة بتاع بانتيو بتاع فارو ولا زول ده ولا مولد ذاته.
يا فاكول نياكول يدور ده مشكلة بتاعه ده معروف طبعا ده زول طبعا زول قبلي وما عنده برنامج أصلا. أنا يدور ده إنتوا لو شفتوا الكرام كويس بتكلم بس عن فرين بس. بتكلم عن فاكن. Okay, go quickly because
I'm a guy to break. Yeah, I'm a guy to break. My break is going to be soon. I mean, it's going to be over soon. But I want to invest this time. I don't want to eat anything or bring anything, just to come and participate in this room. Because as you know, people must be very serious when we talk about issues of South Sudan. The detractors who are online, and the terrorists who are online, terrorists who are on the ground, because see coordination on how to harm South Sudan. Instead, we say very clearly, we as a Farag, we say very clear in our room that you have absolute right to go and attack Kir and government. But if you add Denka in your mouth, we will cut it off and put it and feed you with it. It's a one issue. أي زول في جنوب السودان ما عنده زول في حكومة. لو ده issue بتاع domination أنا بنقول لكم كل يوم Denka since when has Denka become dominant؟ ده في حكومة السلفا كير ها؟ مش ده فوضى يا جنوبي؟ ده كلام ده فوضى must never be tolerated. أنت if you want to play a straight and clean politics, deal with the government. There are so many actors and institutions that you can blame. SPLA, for example, is an institution. Government of South Sudan is an institution. Actors, example of actors are President Salva Kiir, Nas Golmelu, Nas Munumus. That is up to you. But that level of disrespect without that, أي حاجة قبلية كلام ده. Can you look at that movement between the so-called movement between them? Can I ask Nasir tell Igba to resign from real SPLM, let him join us. Who Bagbel? The reason why he is in us is because of propaganda. The tribalism and not tribalism. It's a tribalism. Khaliam is in us. Because he doesn't feel secure there. He doesn't feel comfortable.
Yeah, young nation.
He's comfortable just to sit next to propaganda.
لما أقول ما جد فاجانا موم.
كلام ده يقولوا very clear يا جنوبيين تسمعوا كويس. Zero tolerance. أي زول anybody that talk about Denka in your quest for leadership change in Sudan, you will be a prime target to us. Usulta bitakum to there is the enmoya that fundamental go. If you see Denka as your enemy and you have a political ambition in South Sudan, forget about it. What the Berujala wala be Rujula wala be democracy. The vote will defeat you. Berujala will defeat you. Mr. Bulena kida. Kalam them has made very clear. I will admit and listen to will then, especially Igwe. We Emmanuel Jawin, it means not then. Yamonjan, keep an eye on these people. If they love threat, because they have been threatened now, the reason why you see them gravitating toward white armies because of the threat. But don't talk about Anwa, learn. Don't talk about Akobo. If you talk, we'll do this. There is threat. My team threat, it is visual. Another zone, terrorist guy to Tunja, Village Bito. We know audacity to talk about national politics. Who beg you to Shalu? White army, Jamul, I don't dare to rape or to kill or to intimidate. Who's all guys over to social media talking about there's a government that is investing in destroying the terrorist organization, White Army, think the White Army is doing the right thing? Are you serious? This person has been intimidated as you've been. Hi, but then of guys, what are you? We as field marshals, Muslims, with our para, we don't scare anyone. Asa, let me tell you, you know what they're doing to us now? They're sending us the ladies to come and call us. They say to us, hey, young nation, interway. Don't even call me. They don't threaten us because masters with a threat in threaten as young nation is that. Not to them, you know, threat.
You're bigger than a young nation, huh?
أنا كلا برسل النسوان وبنات يجي يضرب لنا بالتليفونات بنات بتاعنا زمان قبل هاي سكول أنت وين هاو أر يو؟
أجيب تليفون بتاعي أنا جاهز أجيب تليفون بتاعي بس
أسمع نحن بنقول لهم نحن ما جوز اللاجوس ما دارين أمونا ولا anybody because to them they see truth. Guys بنقول لك يا بارا هوندا because we are exposing them. These are hypocrites, tribalists who parade and they think that Apara are the tribalists when in fact they are the ones who are tribalists. What they fear from us, these are truth. Alekala, can I try to compare Nas one Moranyaru, Nas young nation, Manas Dengtong, Unas David. Have you ever heard us talking about killing other people, encouraging them to go and kill other people? Have you ever heard that? But some people are scheming every day, every night to kill our family, to hell with politics. Anybody who is disrespecting our mothers, our fathers, our sisters, our brothers, our uncles, our aunties, they must be yes. I'm sure Tunja. Go to Tunja. Tunja now, even the chief that they feel comfortable with terrorism. When we talk here, we even went extra mile to talk about them. What are terrorists are you doing in Tunja? Lord, you know the funny thing they did? God, there is nowhere in Tunja. We are fine. Don't. We say, okay, Masimush, don't come and talk to us later, 30 or 20 years from now in Charlotte. Kalam Dadari, Gululo Mesmo place. The only people I respect in Cholo land, then as Abu Basma. Abu Basma, shoot Abu Basma, Ufi, Jacqueline, well, Josephine or Abu Basma. These people are very brave. They even came to our room to join us to say, yes, how come these people are denying our area is being taken over? My message to Igor the chief is for you to convince people, go and liberate your area first. Then we are doing a lot of things. Terrorists there, they don't really room it up to threaten you. You know, we have done this to the extent that we got transactions that are human trafficking online. Where some people go to Dengtong, I shall look to the guy, I can talk to your spiritual leader, these terrorists, so that Dengtong talk to a spiritual leader for the release of a woman abducted. We should have heard about thousands and thousands abducted from Shoreland. Some were turned into women. As young nation, can we do that? No, we cannot do that. Nasir Nazimara should be busy doing that, fixing that, rather to talk about national politics. No. I Turumbe, area beside Turumbe, Bunum Hina, who talk to Rujamu every day. I sit here and talk about Juba politics, who terrorist Turumbe. It's impossible over my dead body. Can never happen. Now let me conclude, okay? You know, I've heard people talking about the video. This video is not new. This is not a new development. Nothing new has happened. There's videos that are Uyaraju. Remember when they stormed Uyaraju and they dislodged and they killed the SSPDF? That is the crime scene. That they did the killing, they destroyed, they burned the vehicles, and they left it there. So that area has been in isolation since then. With the going of SSPDF to Nasir, they visited that area because that is the Uyaraju. Then they found that area. Cars torched, people killed. And the funny thing is that they don't bury people. These are savages, these are terrorists. When you kill a person, you bury a person for two reasons. Number one, environmental problems such as diseases. That can affect you, it's not good. When you kill a person, give them a decent burial. You have nothing to lose. That is number one. Number two, if you are a terrorist without brain, you commit a crime, you conceal your crime. You don't just leave it kid. After they have implicated themselves. But what I'm trying to say, if you have seen the first video with Awiyar Adiu, that is that video. Which kind of video as terrorists that they posted online? Yes, the first video was posted by who? By the terrorist white army, the criminals. But this second video that was posted yesterday was posted by the SSPDF because they went to the barracks and then they took the video and they saw the destruction. So if you have seen that video, that was the first video. Okay, but that is what I want to say about that video. Of course, the video is horrible. That is the definition of terrorism. Killing people, not according people with decent burial, destroying things even in your area. Nasir, we are at you there. You say, Nasir, that is your area. It's not a strange place. When you capture a place, don't destroy things. Actually, for us, that's especially terrorist is just to burn vessels too. That's the difference. Why do you burn with that? Because low fear house in our house that because you liberate the area and leave the house. SPLA, the man when they used to fight with the government of Sudan. No matter good to live like a fighter with a rumbe or a board. They are a good. You take control of things and then you build on the top of what you found. You don't destroy. But that is about that video. That video must be used by the government to boost up their image and to deal with these terrorists. Yes, I repeat again, the government of South Sudan must take that video and show it to the region, wherever they go. That's the reason why they are being targeted is because of what they have done. To counter this propaganda they are doing online. We are victims. Where is UN? Where is international law? We are being bombed. We are being killed. But there is a reason for that. If you did not attack we are at you, do you think you would have been killed or bombed? You think? The thing, you use it. Anything you do has a reason, has a consequence. You don't just act and then you think, okay, whenever you kill or you destroy, you celebrate. But when the people you kill and destroy come back to retaliate, that's the thing. We are warriors. We have big goals. We can do this. These two things they don't go together. If you think you are a warrior, don't protest. Don't call for UN. Don't call for international community. Let the victims that you think are weak, let them do it. Government of South Sudan, Venezuela is weak. So let the government do that. Let the government call UN, international community, okay. Lekin you will go with that. Don't do that. Why would you do it? Huh? Why would you do it? We propaganda and we that tactical withdrawal. Tactical withdrawal. Anna Butalekum will give it in November or December this year. We are going to reduce that to July or September. Only December or November now. Is that I wrote it. If a you can remember. If you are this room in one of your shows, Anna Buta, and you reacted on that video. Anna Buta, let's see until the end of this year if you will still have this energy. Wish I say that to show with if any of you were there a few weeks ago, I wrote it. That's to provoke him. Anna Buta, let's see if you will have this energy by the end of this year. The end of the year.
Room is still running.
Huh?
Room is still running.
But I'm not there. I cannot find the room.
I don't know what happened. Room is still running.
I go to the room, I don't get it.
Oh.
No, I can't from the room.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Okay.
Pin me in.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Ajamal. For those of you watching in the Facebook and YouTube, you can join us in Clubhouse. We are still continuing going on because of this video is outrage, horrific video, crime scene in Nasir. So that some of you just don't know what that video is. This video was taken yesterday by SSPDF when they entered to Nasir, and they brought, that was the SSPDF brought in Nasir, that the IO and SS and White Army attacked SSPDF last month, and they killed the SPDF forces. So those are the remaining. You can see the remaining, bend down the car and everything. So you see the bodies and everyone. That was happened last month. So for now, some of you who don't know about that, so now you know that that video was taken yesterday in Nasser when the SSPDF entered, and they went and went to the block that they were chased away from it by White Army, and their colleagues were killed. So those bones you have seen on the thousand, maybe more than that, people, bodies. That's horrible, and that caused by White Army. And some of you just supporting this criminal act, you should be ashamed of yourself, because this thing is a humanity, it's a crime, and the people that who are behind this have to be held accountable. And some of you who are in diaspora, you should be ashamed of yourself too, because for supporting this crime, it's not a good thing. Okay. So for that, I would like to say that thank you for watching the show. If you want to listen more discussion, you can go to the clubhouse. The room is still opening and people are debating. We are doing a lot of analysis regarding about this video, and we are showing you what is happening. Some of you here are always talk about, oh, you guys are doing propaganda, all kinds of. No, this is not a propaganda. We are showing you what is happening on the ground, and this is the reality. And some of you are writing the threat messages, all kinds of stuff. I'm reading your messages, and while you are not on the ground. Okay. Do you know now the situation in Nasser? That video show you how the situation was during that time. So it's a painful thing to see, and we should all come together as South Sudanese and condemn those people who commit this crime. Okay, and we have to, and the government of South Sudan need to do accountability. If there are any politician leaders in Juba who are behind this, they have to be held accountable. Okay, because this is the human cannot go without any accountability. Okay, so we need to see those people who commit this crime be held accountable. Okay, and it's good that SSPDF is restored the law and order in the area in Nasser, in the surrounding area. And the border area, that area need to be secured. The government need to put more troops in that border, whether the border in Ethiopia or northern part, because this area is really a threat. There's a threat coming out from there. Okay, because these white army, they are not act alone. The damages they did, they are not alone. There are people behind you, and that's why I always call it there's something was happening there, and the government have to be serious to secure that area. Okay. So for that, I would like to say thank you for watching, and please, if you want to listen more discussion, you can join us in Clubhouse. Some of you have a Clubhouse account. You can log into Clubhouse and go in. We are talking more. Some people don't like to be on the camera because sometimes, but Clubhouse is the place where people can speak, and then we rely more. So thank you, Ajama, for
people who organize this.
For turning in. I will close down the studio and join us on in Clubhouse. Thank you. Have a good night. Bye now.